Yeah, we are just here to just let our viewers know that we value you guys and the little things really count in life. In today's topic, we just want to touch base on to say the less is more and not always the more is more. So yeah, stay tuned in and yeah, enjoy. God never accomplished anything great with a lot of people.
Sure. Intense.
God never accomplished anything great in the Bible with a lot of people. In fact, He reduced the lot
Mm.
because He had the one, He had the three, He had the 12, He had the 72, He had the masses, and He had the crowds.
Mm.
He knew when to speak to whom at each given time. But most of the time, you will also see him and hear about him where he was alone.
Mm.
Not with a lot, but yet he accomplished a lot in the less time he had. So yeah, in a nutshell, that is it. It's just that is just a thing that stuck with me and it saved me from so many impulsive decisions and it's like they say, a chase after the wind for the more.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yes. We are so focused on having more and getting more that we neglect the little things. It's almost like if you can't be trusted with less, how can you be trusted with more? I think the same thing applies because at the end of the day, if you are so focused on more and having more, you won't realize that the little things are actually the
Mm,
important things. And that goes with the relationships, that goes with business, personal, in a lot of aspects. And I think like with let's say our relationship, for example,
mm,
if I'm gonna appreciate you with the little things
mm.
and I'm gonna highlight the little things instead of saying thanks, I'm gonna say thank you.
Wow.
You
Mm.
understand, with the small things.
Make it personal.
Make it personal, and you are gonna appreciate that a lot more. That will grow the relationship a lot more because you
Mm,
will see more value. You will see that I'm actually seeing you. I'm
mm.
looking at you, and I'm not just
Wow.
looking at the shallow end of things.
Mm,
So that will strengthen the relationship more.
mm,
You will feel that I appreciate it, and therefore the little things eventually builds up the relationship to something that people will look at and be like, sure, how did they get to that point in the relationship, in the friendship, or in whatever? How did they get to that point? But it only happens over small things, the little things
mm.
over time.
It takes me somewhere back now to check on, I think, on our first episode where I spoke about the house building and all that.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's just like a lightning now that just a light that went on now again to see that if we don't do the little things right the first time, guess what? You won't stop. You will continue with that. It's like building. A brick by itself is small. It weighs, I think, what, a kilo, 1 kg
Mm,
or
yeah,
so, or a 500 or
yeah, but
something.
okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
But a lot of it built and used effectively.
Tons and tons and tons.
It's like tons. The wind can come, everything can come,
Mm.
and it won't be moved. Why? Because it has been used properly. What has been used? The little things. A lot sees the house,
Mm.
but a lot don't see it was one brick.
Mm.
A brick. You can't lay 10 bricks at once. You only have to take one brick
At the time.
at a time. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's really now, it's like I get more done with less now.
Mm.
I get more. It's like one guy can go to work for a whole week and I can be at home for that whole week. But Friday come, I have one simple idea that I just get a little simple idea, like a lot would say.
Mm.
But guess what? At the end of the week, the rewards from that simple idea brings in more than what the guy has went and worked for
For
40
mm.
hours a week. And it took me a few hours.
Mm.
What am I saying is, I pay attention now to small details
Mm.
because the breakthrough is in the detail. You get what I'm saying?
So you're saying that you can do less and accomplish more.
More. That's it.
You can literally do a lot less than what you used to do at a workplace or wherever and still get double the amount of income.
That rewards or the fruit. That
Yeah.
is 100%. Listen, it's like, you know what? The enemy wants to get us on that treadmill
Mm.
of more. Now you're running a treadmill is a thing
That doesn't stop.
that
That
it's at
it's
a
endless.
pace.
Mm.
And guess what? We set that pace on a treadmill. If you go to a gym, you viewers who are in a gym or whatsoever can relate with what I'm saying now. If you go on a treadmill, it won't just start by itself. You have to punch in. And there's a few that punch in, they walk, they feel, no, I must go a bit
Faster.
faster and faster. It's like wanting more.
Mm.
Now the thing is fast, and now you see you sweating, and now you have to stop. Where that thing is not for speed, it's there for physical activities to keep you just
Active.
active.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like a job.
Yeah.
You are not there to become rich. Don't ever think a job will make you rich. Job simply means just over broke.
Sure.
That's why they can cars. You can't even buy a car for you cash.
Mm. You can't.
It's seldom that you hear somebody that's working that bought themselves a cash thing. The first thing they go to bank to finance the what's name. I'm not against it as well, but you are setting the pace at the fast pace, at the rapid pace, and now guess what? Without knowing it, you will have to start to work overtime. Another speed you're putting upon yourself to can sustain them more.
Increasing in
And for
increasing.
me, whatever you have to sustain will lead to a dead end.
Sure.
Whatever you are doing in your might or whatever we can call it, remember you're gonna grow weary. You're gonna become tired.
Mm.
But if you can put a treadmill on the pace that you feel is good, guess what? It will have the same effect as the one that punched in 10 k's per hour or whatsoever,
Mm.
and you are on one. He
Sure.
will burn out. But the one that takes time to count the little things, calculated risk, is the one that would with no effort come and watch them finish.
It's amazing. I like that analogy because if you're looking at it very closely and you assess it very closely, you can see that this whole treadmill analogy is like it's the wanting more is like it's like just continuously
Mm,
continuously there's no end to it, there's no stop to it, you continuously just going, you're loving this life every single time, every day, doing the same things because you have to sustain the
mm,
more that you went
mm.
for. When people get a salary increase, they immediately jump to what else can I get on debt,
Oh,
what else can I buy now that will make my life more uh, fun or
yeah,
luxury or
yeah.
whatever. people don't look at the little things in regards to, okay, I got a salary increase of X amount.
Mm,
I can rather take that X amount and just put it into a savings
that's
directly, because there's no change. The
mm,
only change was you got a salary increase. There's no it's not necessary for a change to happen where your spending is concerned. So now you don't need to take the 100 rand that you got increase to put it somewhere,
mm,
to spend it in the house or spend it on yourself or spend it on whatever.
mm.
Instead, keeping it and saving it.
Yeah,
And that's the little things, because over time it will
compound.
accumulate, it will compound, and you will
Yes,
sit with something, a much bigger reward than what would have been a temporary reward at the time.
it's like I say. I mean, I think it's a 1% to something that has that brain when they get that increase, they save. All that I'm saying is let's be realistic.
Mm,
If you know you can afford X school, but now because friends and that are at school B, it is more in that. Now you have the money for now to what's the name school B, where it's more things and yes, education and all that. But school X was not so bad and it was less
mm,
for you in school fees, transport, and it was close by for the children to can walk like in a group or something home or something. But now you are out there.
mm,
And guess what? Not long from now, things turn at your workplace. Life do happen. And now we have that pride because we in the more at school B, and now we don't know how to downscale back
mm,
again. Whereas it's like buying a Mercedes Benz, you can afford it now, yes, but you don't know the future.
yep.
Now you buy the Mercedes, you shine out there, but now you're stuck most of the time. You can't even buy one proper tire.
Sure.
All your tires, most of it has that plugs in where you have to the 50 rand things because that is not how it needs to be.
Mm,
Rather, come down to a golf or a what's the name. It's not that a car is bad. A
mm.
car's only purpose is to take you from point A to point B.
Point B.
So what am I saying is, as you're settling in a season of having less, grow yourself.
Mm,
Grow yourself. Add as much value to yourself as much as possible.
mm,
Get the books. The extra money you get, rather than to use it like in the house or something, use it on a class where
awesome.
where you can learn more about communication or relationships or finances or how to be a better father or
Mm,
whatsoever. And adding value to like in that way for yourself, that little you see now, as you continue, once again, it comes back to that word consistency.
mm,
If you are consistent with the little things, good or bad,
mm,
it will bring you a house. It will show up as fruit in your life, good or bad. But it just takes a matter of time. The deceitfulness of wealth, you see there, I want that more,
mm.
but you know you can't afford it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah,
And I
that's
think
it.
you see, the thing is this: when you are in a space where you have less, you have more room to be able to grow and to be able to plan and work out whatever you need to work out for eventually for you to have that more that you
Mm,
are actually looking for.
It takes me back to the 5 loaves and the 2 fish,
Yes.
where Christ didn't feed them. It was the disciples that gave it out. He just blessed the less
Mm.
and he gave it out. He broke it out. And guess what? The less actually became more
Became more.
because at the end, 5,000 men alone, besides the woman and the children. How much was it? Plus minus 20,000 or something was fed
From one lunchbox.
from one boy, little boy, that was not even looked at because he was a mere child, a boy. But afterwards, 12 baskets was left out of the fragments. And how many times when we buy a thing at the shop, we break 100 rand. Now the other 8 rand because it's broken. Now I just buy here and there and there and there and there. It's the fragments. We don't keep all the change and throw it like in a bottle or something or in a money box as we call it. You can see really this is actually more than what I've spent.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? But because of that mindset, and we break 100 rand or a 200 rand, it's gone. It's not supposed to be like that. We have to give account for every cent. We have to be good managers. Let's make the best of what we have, man. You see, and you will see in the first month, if you keep account of the little things you do, wrong or bad,
Both ways.
you will see results. I guarantee you, just for 1 month, for 30 days, take account on what is happening in your life for the small things. So yeah.
I think the best way to actually put it would be, for those that don't, obviously it's not as easy as for us to say, no, take account of the little things and what, and things will work out. Obviously, people need to firstly assess, track the little things.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to do anything about it right now. Track it so you can know exactly what it is that you are doing or what you have and what you are spending on here. What are you doing recklessly there, or what are you doing good here and good there? You have a count of all those things so you can eventually look at it and assess it and be like, okay, this can be removed, or this I can focus on this more, can focus on that more. But none of us, if you have to sit with somebody, the random person, somewhere in the world at the shop or wherever, stop asking someone, can you give me a detailed um, description of the things that you do on a monthly? You will jump around in your head to say a lot of different things. This, that, oh, yes, this, oh, you forgot this. And there's so many things happening in our lives, but none of us actually know exactly what is happening in our
That's it.
lives
Yeah.
because we don't take note of the little things that we do.
Yeah.
People just get up without routines.
Yeah.
Wake up, blah, blah, blah. Whatever is going to happen for the rest of the day is going to happen. Yes, that's fine. But if you don't have a routine, you don't have there was no intention for you to have a good day. There was no intention for you to have a successful day or to have a fruitful day. Because now you're just waking up, going about the day. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whether you're just going along every single day with that mindset. But if you wake up saying, okay, I get up at this time of the morning, I do that next, and whatever,
The little things.
the little things.
Yeah, it's like a lot likes to say God is in control. That that's another lie, a myth in the body of Christ. God is not in control of everything. If it was, then it would have.
Everything would have worked 100%.
Then he wouldn't have let us go through the things that we are going. But some of us are going through things because of our own choices.
Free will.
Free will, and that is one thing God will not take back. It's our choices that have us where we at. It's like they say, the life you're living today is because of the little choices and decisions you made yesterday.
Sure.
The life you're living out now is what was in your mind way back.
Mm.
May it be a failure life, or you must just do this, or be with this, or the latter. As much as God sees you, it's important how we see ourselves as well.
Mm.
Because we will 100% respond in the way how we see ourselves. So if you are on the back foot all the time in a crowd, you don't want to say something small in that, people will start to treat you like that as well. It's in the little things how you conduct yourself out there in your workplace, at school, wherever, sports, on the field, wherever, in business or whatever. It's how you conduct yourself.
Mm.
If it is in a small way, we are slothful, guess what? It's gonna grow.
Everything grows.
If I like to take shortcuts, small shortcuts, guess what? It will grow. It's gonna grow and it's gonna come out. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, it's like for me is that let's just do the small things right the first
Mm.
time. Yes, you might make mistakes, but if your heart is genuine, you want to do the right thing, I believe God will send the right people. It it will assist you
Mm.
and propel you into your future.
And you
But
will always do it with
it's the
people.
little thing. It's not gonna come any other way.
Mm.
It's through people. So work on the little things relationally. If you hurt somebody or made a funny joke, guess what? Go back and say sorry, because you might face a season where you will. It's because of that small
Mm.
joke. When I need you there, you won't show up for me. Why?
Sure.
Because I made a little joke of you, but it was so big for you.
Mm.
And I didn't took out the time to be sensitive to can say sorry.
Mm.
So let's see the small things that we have neglected. That is the big. It's like I say, one chocolate a day is nothing. If you add it for 2 weeks, it's 14 chocolates.
Mm.
If you go for the whole month, you ate 30 or 31 chocolates up you yourself.